Good morning, Antonio Valles, certified speaking coach. Today we are going to talk about the remaining three elements of structure. Remember that yesterday we covered the opening, the promise, and the roadmap. And we said open with a bang. Remember that? And we also said give them a promise, tell them what you're going to tell them, and give them a roadmap, a guide as to what and how you're going to be giving them in your speech. And now we're going to do the three last points of structure. The first one is points. What is points? Well, it could be point one, point two, or point three. That is the meat of the speech. Imagine that you have a bread on both sides, and then you have the meat in the bottom, in the middle. So the points are the content. That is the meat. That's what you came to tell them. And you can have as many points as you want to. You can have one, two, three, four, however many you want or need. But also remember that you can change the names. They don't have to be point one, two, or three. And you give those in your roadmap. The next, the next element is the question and answer session, the Q&A session. And here you control that session. It might be that you don't have enough time or they have asked too many questions. So just say, okay, one, two, or three more questions, and that's it. And then the last element would be the conclusion. And in the conclusion, you have a callback. You might call back to some of the messages that you gave throughout your presentation or at the very beginning. And then you have a call to action. And that's how you want them to remember your speech, with that call to action. And this is a good point to understand why we want the Q&A before the conclusion, because we want the audience to take with them the last thing that they hear from you, the last words. Patricia Fripp, a very famous speech coach, says last words linger. The last words is what they are going to be remembering. And that is why you don't want to have the Q&A at the end, because there might be some questions or some responses that are contradictory to your message. And yes, you may clarify that, but that's not the last thing that you want them to remember. And it can happen. So just make sure that you have your conclusion at the end, and then give them a takeaway. And that's how you end your speech. Thank you. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe and stay proactive. Thank you. See you tomorrow.